Missionary Church, beautiful title holders, and members of the homeschooling community, we hope you are all doing great today. It's only 6 days until Christmas, so we hope you're all ready. We are very grateful to you for taking time out of your day to be here. Thank you so much. We are very excited to have you join us for today's Fleece and Thank You blanket making event, hosted by our volunteer group, Youth4Neighbors.
All right. Well, before we get started with all the blanket making fun, we would like to invite our refuge group leader, Robbie Rasbaugh from Crystal Valley Church to come up. Robbie is going to lead us in prayer this afternoon.
All right, let's pray. God, you have put us in a very special place today to help people and to be the hands and feet of Jesus. So today, Lord, as we make these blankets, I pray that they just bless the people. I pray that they bless the people that they come into contact with. I pray that you do great things through the work, the hard work that we do here today. And God, I bless every single person in this room who is willing to come out and give up their afternoon just to serve you and to serve those less fortunate than them. So God, today, bless the work of our hands, and we pray that you multiply it and do great things through it. In your name we pray. Amen.
Thanks so much, Robbie. In just a few minutes, we'll have the opportunity to watch a video message from Nicholas Kristock, Executive Director of the not-for-profit organization Fleece and Thank You, directly from their headquarters in Novi, Michigan. Nicholas, along with the entire team at Fleece and Thank You, has been instrumental in helping us to make today an awesome one. But just before we get to the video message, we would like to share with you a little bit about our volunteer group, Youth4Neighbors.
Ben and I, along with our parents, have been volunteering together as a family since moving to this area last year. 1 Peter 4:10 says, Each of you should use whatever gifts you have received to serve others as faithful stewards of God's grace in its various forms. Volunteering, serving others, and helping those in need is very rewarding, both for the recipient and the volunteer. Galatians 5:14 tells us to love your neighbors as yourself. Very simply, volunteering and serving others is something we believe God calls us to do. When I was crowned Bristol Teen Queen this past summer, I wanted a way to encourage and hopefully inspire other young people to volunteer, help their neighbors, and practice living a life of service. So about 6 months ago, Youth4Neighbors was created. Youth4Neighbors, or Y4N for short, is a volunteer group made up of ourselves and other homeschooling families.
Youth4Neighbors volunteers are typically between the ages of 10 and 18 years old and can also include younger siblings and their parents. Our volunteers participate in a variety of weekly service projects with a fall schedule and a spring schedule. Some of our recent service projects have included volunteering at Guidance Ministries and Faith Missions in Elkhart, doing demolition work at the Window in Goshen, running a blanket drive for Michiana 5 for the homeless in South Bend, doing yard work outside and outside cleanup in the Elkhart County Historical Museum in Bristol, packing meals in Shipshewana for the organization Feed My Starving Children, and spending time visiting with awesome senior citizens over at Hubbard Hill. It is our hope that through our efforts in using the gifts God has given us, that we can make at least a small difference in the lives of others, and that God is glorified through our service. At this time, we would like to take a moment to recognize our Youth4Neighbors volunteers and thank them for their service over the last few months with the group, and also for helping making today's blanket event possible. Christian Weber, over there in the red shirt. Christian's mom, Gina Weber, standing right next to him. Greta Bentrup, right there. Greta's brother, John Bentrup, standing back there. Sitting back there. Greta and John's mom, Amelia. We'd also like to recognize the youngest Bentrup children, Elsa, who is here today, ready to make a blanket, and Anika, H2, who isn't here today, but she does like to join us sometimes for some of our service projects. We'd like to introduce Susan Haas and Susan's son, Aaron, who volunteers on occasion with the group. Although they were not able to make an appearance at today's event, the Andrews family volunteers with us regularly. Ryan, Cameron, Megan, and their mom, Lisa. And last but not least, our parents. Our mom, Val, who's the woman recording with the phone back there, and our dad, Ray, standing over in the archway. Thank you to all our volunteers for all that you do. As I mentioned earlier, we have so many wonderful and kind people joining us here today, and we are absolutely thrilled to have each and every one of you participate in today's blanket making event, which will benefit the children at Beacon Children's Hospital in South Bend. We are honored to have you here today to help make these lives of these children just a little bit more comfortable, while providing them with some much needed hope. Among our guests today, as many of you have noticed, we have some visiting royalty. These ladies are title holders from our area and are the great state of Indiana, and we are thrilled to have them visiting with us today, helping us to make these wonderful, colorful, fun blankets.
Ladies, as I recognize you, if you would please stand when I introduce you. First, we have Amber Burgess. Amber is the USA Ambassador Miss 2018. Thank you, Amber, for being here today. The next person I would like to introduce is Emily Yoder. Emily is the 2018 Elkhart County 4-H Fair Queen. Thank you, Emily, for joining us. We are honored to have Katie Sauter here with us today. Katie was the Elkhart County 4-H Fair Senior Queen in 2008. It's awesome to have you here today, Katie. Next is Samantha Abbott. Samantha was the Elkhart County America's Outstanding Teen in 2012 and the Bristol Homecoming Queen in 2013. Thanks for being here today, Samantha. Jordan Axel is with us today. Jordan is Miss Fort Wayne 2019. Glad to have you here today with us, Jordan. And finally, we are joined by Michaela Eppers. Michaela was Miss Indiana in 2014, and in 2018, she became Mrs. Indiana America, where she then went on to capture the crown of Mrs. America 2018, representing the United States at the Mrs. World Pageant in Tokyo. Thank you, Michaela, for joining us today. And thank you once again to all the other title holders for being a part of Fleece and Thank You blanket events, and again to each and every one of you for being here with us today. This event would not be possible without you and your willingness to lend a helping hand today.
We would also like to give a special word of thanks to the Essenhaus for supporting Youth4Neighbors and our efforts with Fleece and Thank You. A special word of gratitude to Aaron Knapsinger here at the Essenhaus, who has helped us tremendously in organizing today's event. So thank you, Essenhaus, and thank you, Aaron. Okay, so now that we're learning a bit more about Fleece and Thank You, and what we're going to be doing today. For that, I'll direct your attention to this oversized TV for a special message from the co-founder and executive director of Fleece and Thank You, Nicholas Kristock.
What's up, everyone at Youth4Neighbors? I'm Nick from Fleece and Thank You. We're going to take you on a little tour of our operation here and get you ready for your event. Follow me, guys. So Fleece and Thank You started in October of 2015, and we had the mission to make every single kid in the hospital a colorful fleece blanket and a video message of support. This is our operation now. We just turned 3 years old. This is where we work out. You can see Alyssa in there. Everyone wave to Alyssa. Hi, Alyssa. We're going to take you out to where all the magic happens. This is the Fleece and Thank You warehouse. This is where we make tens of thousands of kits every single year. And these kits are what you're going to be making at your event. Now, Fleece and Thank You started for me when I had a friend that I was really close to that was battling a hospital treatment. I noticed that when they were done with their hospital treatments, they would tell me about how lonely they were and how tough it was without having friends in the hospital. So I said, well, what if we could give every single one of those kids a colorful piece of comfort on their bed to help battle that treatment journey? And even more than that, what if we could give every single one of those kids a friend? So every Fleece and Thank You blanket kit, boom, has a special patch on it. And that patch will carry a video message from the blanket maker to the recipient. That recipient can then watch that message, feel loved and supported by someone outside the hospital, and then they can actually send a message back to the blanket maker. So let's talk about how we're going to make these blankets. You guys have 50 blanket kits. Now, a blanket kit is 2 pieces of fleece, a print and a sock. So you're going to open up your blanket kit, spread it out nice and big, just like when you're eating a peanut butter jelly sandwich. You want 2 pieces of bread to be nice and even. So if the fleece isn't even at all, just make sure you trim off that crust in order. Now after you trim off the crust, you've got 2 even pieces of fleece. You're going to cut a square out of each corner of that blanket. Now how big should that square be? That's a pretty good question. About the same size as the patch that's on that blanket. After you cut a square out of each corner, you're then going to cut strips around the entire outside of the blanket. The width of those strips should be about 2 or 3 fingers wide, and you're going to cut those strips to the depth of the square. Now after you cut squares on each corner and strips around the entire outside of that blanket, you're going to tie those strips together in a double knot. Now this is a very important step. You're going to take the top layer of fleece, that print layer, and tie it to the bottom layer, that solid layer, in a double knot. So we're taking 2 pieces of fleece, tying them in a double knot. Very important that it's a double knot. If you don't know how many knots you tie, make it a triple knot, make it a quadruple knot, but don't make it a single knot. Because then you have a blanket with a video message that has your face on it, that comes apart in the wash, and we don't want that to happen. So, squares, strips, double knot all the way around. After you have tied all of those strips in double knots, you might have a blanket that looks something like this. A finished blanket with lots of these awesome things on the end. Double knots. After you've done that, you're going to make your video message. For that, you can just log on to fleecenthankyou.org/video right on your phone. You can actually film that message and upload it right to our website. After you've made that message and uploaded it to our site, it's going to give you a special code. That code is going to get written right on this pad with a black permanent marker. So again, you make sure you go on your phone, fleecenthankyou.org/video, upload that video right to our website, and it's going to give you a code. You write that code right on that patch. After that, you're done. Today you're going to help make 50 blankets for 50 children facing some kind of hospital treatment. These blankets are going to go just a couple miles west of you to South Bend, to the Children's Hospital there. Guys, I have to say a huge, huge thank you to all of you that supported this event. Thank you to everyone who coordinated. Thank you to everyone who's there today making blankets. Thank you, thank you, thank you on behalf of all the warriors that we serve in the hospital. This is going to make a massive, massive difference. One last thing for you guys, kind of a PS. When you're making that video message, a lot of people ask, what do I say? It's a really good question. Standard message would be, hey, my name is Nick. I'm here in Indiana, and I made this blanket just for you. I hope you stay warm. So that'd be the average message. But I've been told that you guys are an above average group. So the best thing that you can do is to make a video message that is super creative and exciting and fun. Because for a lot of these kids, the diagnosis they didn't want to hear, it's a room they don't want to be in. It's not their bed, it's not their pillows, it's not their blankets. And this is going to be the first good piece of news that they get in the day. So make this message as funny and awesome as you can. Sing, dance, fall over, whatever you want to do, make it great, just like the great people you are. Thanks so much, Indiana. Talk to you guys soon.